What it is, this is your boy A Space coming at you with another spotlight fight. 1, 2, 3. And tonight in the spotlight, Cam Porter upset Crawford. Same game plan, different result. And my prediction. Let's get into it right now. And this Saturday, November 20th, we are going to see Porter versus Crawford in Las Vegas on a top ranked card, ESPN, and a pay per view. I told you before that you should mark this down on your calendar. This is your friendly reminder because this one's going to be a banger. Let me tell you, all the waiting, I've been hyped about this because these are two great fighters that are going in there and giving it their all. They're dedicated to the sport, and that's exactly what you want to see. Now, how can Porter upset Crawford? That is a big question that a lot of people asking before the fight on Saturday. And as we see here in this clip of him going at it with Errol Spence Jr., he is in the pocket and he's just throwing leather, going at it up, down, everywhere. This is my opinion the best round he had against Errol Spence Jr. As you see, he's just not going away, smothering them, telling them to come, let's go, let's get it on. And that's the type of fighter he is. He's not scared to get in the pocket. He did lose this fight because of a knockdown. His gloves touched the canvas. It wasn't a knockdown, like real knockdown. But also another attribute is his chin. What a chin he has, as we see here with the Danny Garcia shot, his right hand shot. He took that like a champ and kept fighting. And that's what you want to see in a fighter. Someone who has all the attributes, knows how to box, knows how to move, and knows how to stay in the kitchen and start cooking. And Sean Porter knows how to do exactly that. As we see here in the Keith Thurman fight, he's in there as well, just throwing leather, like I said, smothering fighters, going up, down, and whoa, look at these punches. Woo! Keith Thurman just unloaded on him, and he's still in there, still wants to go. You are not going to get an easy win against Sean Porter. That is a for sure. And as we all know, he's been trained by his father, Kenny Porter. So it's been Sean Porter and Kenny Porter, and they've been at it for a long time in the welterweight division. They are the son and father duo that has, it's been I feel like so many father trainers in the sport, and that's been great. But there's certain times where I feel like fighters outgrow their fathers and can't let go just because it's family. You don't want to disown family or do wrong by family. But I had a little bit of stuff to say about the press conference, and here's a couple words from Kenny Porter. Kenny Porter, I mean, Kenny Porter. I was gonna say Kenny Powers. I'm not here thinking about Eastbound and Down.
Anything different. He approached it the same. A lot of what we've done and what we do is predicated on a foundation. So you got to go through all of those same steps to get to this week right here. So it wasn't a lot of changes. There wasn't a lot of different things that went on. I mean, if someone's telling me they're more intense this camp than they've ever been before, I'm probably looking at them saying, why? You're a professional. You've been doing this for a long time. You should always be serious about what you do, and there should never be any letdown. So, what was it before? Was it a letdown before, and now you have to bring it up to another level? But for us, it's pretty much been the same. We worked, and we peak up to this week, and then here we are.
Champ, what's the answer?
And that statement right there bothered me. Nothing changed. He says if you were giving 110, you should be giving 110 all the time, and that's true. But with different situations and different fighters come different intensity. And at the moment, this is the biggest fight Terrence Crawford has for him right now. It's a championship fight, so it's kind of bothering me that he's so nonchalant about it. And as we see on the other side, Crawford with his trainer Brian Bomack, with a great trainer, down to earth, very humble. Both of these men are very humble, and maybe that has a lot to do with it because Sean Porter has been in the limelight a while now. He's fought top competitors, but here's a little bit of what Bomack had to say during this press conference as well. And like I said, he's very down to earth, very humble.
When the conversation first came up about Porter and it got real serious, I seen a different Terrence Crawford.
How so?
The man told us and the coaches This is going to be one of the hardest camps ever. And it was like that from the day one till the last day we broke camp from Colorado Springs. It's been focus. It's been tunnel vision. It's been nothing but let's go get Sean.
Even Terrence Crawford at the level that he works at and the rate that he works at, and I've seen him on countless fights and on countless on most of the 24 that Top Rank has, and he's always so focused. For him to be even more focused, that sounds scary. But here's a little bit more sound bites from the interview, and this one, honestly, Kenny Porter really
he's a great fighter, and I watch my fighter more than I watch any other, so I haven't studied Terrence. I know he's a great fighter because I've known him for years, but I haven't studied. I don't sit there and just watch tape of Terrence from round one to the knockout or whatever, whoever he's fighting. I don't do that. That's not my way. My thing is to study him and to make sure that he's doing the things that he's supposed to do. So when I don't see those things, I have to try to implement that in to sharpen that up. And that's what you do in the camp. You try to get sharp.
And I gotta say that must be cap. He is capping. How do you not watch video on your opponent? You have to know your opponent. You can focus on your fighter all day. You can know what he's going to do and know how he's going to perform. That is something that's not going to change. But your opponent always changes the style. What is his ticks? What is his moves? Where can you get in and maybe land a punch that no one else can? You have to watch video. So then yet again, it goes back to, is he just going through the motion with Sean Porter? Is he just really just there? You know, he's saying that all he has to do is pretty much watch his son work and go through the same thing. No, each fight is different. Each opponent is different. And this Terrence Crawford looks scary. This is a scary Terrence Crawford. For Bomac to say that he has never been this focused and all he's been thinking about is going after Sean Porter is scary. I do see him most likely getting knocked out. And you know what? Let's time for my prediction. My prediction is a 10-round knockout. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to take 10 rounds for Terrence Crawford to finish off Sean Porter. And let me tell you, I am a fan of both of these men. Both of these men have given me exciting fights. Terrence Crawford hasn't faced a lot of the top welterweights, which is very disappointing. But, you know, it's all a bunch of politics and boxing and a bunch of money behind it. So I get why he hasn't faced the top opponent. But now he gets to in Sean Porter. And with this fight, finally we get to see him go up against real competition because he is a top competitor. When top competitors go up against, you know, mediocre competition, you can see it. You can see the lack in action, the lack in just be on the other side of the opponent is just getting outclassed. It's just horrible. But now we get to see him being tested, pushed to the limits. And I think Sean Porter is going to push him to the limits. Do I think he's going to be able to beat him? No. But boxing, you never know. In my opinion, I feel like he just took this too light. Camp was maybe just the same thing, like he said, working on the same thing. And Sean Porter has lost a couple of big fights. The one against Errol Spence could have been, you know, he's fought in top competition. I'm telling you, there's a lot of fights that he's done against top welterweights, and you can't take that away from him. But he has taken L's, and that's where you have to look at it. Against Errol Spence, against Keith Thurman, against there's a couple other people on here that he's gotten wins. You know, Danny Garcia, the highlight I passed, he got a win. So I'm not taking nothing away from Sean Porter. Much love to him and his father. Great work they've been doing. I just feel sometimes fighters outgrow their father and there's no way of letting them go. You know, I feel like Bill Haney and Devin Haney, that's one of the ones that he decided to go another way for the, I believe it was the Linares fight. But Bill Haney was still involved in a weird way, you know, in the corner, in the side of the corner, and he was listening to him. It's just weird. Fathers in boxing are very weird because they just want the best for their son, and they want also for him to win. It's a weird place, I could just imagine. I mean, I no hate on any of them. I just feel like sometimes maybe it's time to go. You know, just like Joshua realized it and he's looking for another trainer to win against Usyk. Sometimes, you know, other people will give you that look. And that's all I'm saying. This is no hate, my opinion. But I want to let everybody know, thank you for watching. Please leave a comment. Let me know when you think he's going to win or who's going to win. And I just want to know, do you feel like fathers in boxing are hindering sometimes their stars from growing? You know, I see Tiafimo's dad getting them into all kinds of drama all the time, you know. So I feel like, is that going to hinder him at the end? Is his mouth going to catch up to him at the end, you know? Because no one's invincible, and no one's above God, and anyone could be beat in the ring. You know, you get landed with the wrong shot on the top of the head, got your body all discombobulated. You ain't even know where you at. So that's boxing. You know, it's always changing, and the news is always changing. So just make sure to mark this down. This is for Saturday. I hope to drop this Thursday tonight. If not, it'll be out tomorrow. But like I said, drop your comments, predictions, and anything else y'all want to say. Much love. Thank you for listening. Much love to my CG people, C57 people, my sisters, my girl, my people in Sacramento, my people out in NYC. Everybody, San Francisco, everybody out there, man. Much love, and I'll catch you on the next one. Oh, and my people in Cal City. Shout out to y'all too. Yeah. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.